World Bank lead economist for the Philippines, Birgit Hansel, joined the Manila team in August, offering a fresh perspective on the Philippine economy. Her assessment so far, impressive.
Of course, we depend on data, and we have very little data for the last 2 months. But I think what you have in the Philippines is a really good base. You have macroeconomic stability. The last decade was really a great achievement in creating this stability.
But businessmen have been complaining President Rodrigo Duterte's public criticisms of his own critics, from the European Union to the United Nations, has made it difficult to market the Philippines as an investment destination.
Whatever you see on a day-to-day basis in the country today is certainly not very conducive for business. We see the figures of direct foreign investment sinking. We see the peso weakening. It becomes increasingly more difficult for us to represent or to sell the Philippines abroad.
The World Bank says yes, there are uncertainties, but based on the numbers it is not seeing anything wrong with the economy so far.
But it is a risk. I'm not saying it's not something that a government shouldn't take very carefully into account when formulating policies, but I don't see it in fact manifested yet.
The World Bank answered multiple questions from the media on the impact of President Duterte's rhetoric on the economy. The World Bank says all the data point to a strong economy, even the fund flows at the foreign exchange and stock exchange markets. It says we need to be objective and see the Philippines is an outperformer, and this government's agenda is aimed at keeping it that way. The data include a 25-day streak of foreign fund outflows from the Philippine Stock Exchange, spanning August and September, the longest such streak since 1998. The peso also fell to a 7-year low against the US dollar just last week. For the World Bank, these are not out of the ordinary, just part of the usual uncertainties that come with a change in government, and a product of the current global environment. But the World Bank also joined the chorus of ratings companies, economists, and analysts in stressing the need for President Duterte to make good on his economic promises, including a wider revenue base through tax reform, improved ease of doing business, and actions to dispel any lingering uncertainty on policy priorities. The World Bank retained its economic outlook for the Philippines, a 6.4% growth this year and 6.2% for the next 2 years. The International Monetary Fund and the Asian Development Bank both raised their forecasts for the Philippines for 2016 to 6.4% last week. The IMF expects growth to accelerate next year, while ADB expects the same slowdown as the World Bank. Warren de Guzman, ABS-CBN News.